What's up guys? I am Shun, FREERIDER. By the way, I am an English learner. I always improve my English skill. Better, right? So, I will meet up with Jordan of Wordup. This startup helps us to enjoy learning language by using game. So I met up with him first is in events, and I pitched in front of the stage, and after that he came to me. So enjoy the video. Thanks for your time today.
A pleasure.
Yeah, and so first, please tell me about your product easily.
So Wordup Games is solving two big issues in the language learning space, specifically for English learners right now. So right now there are about 1.5 billion English learners, and 90% of them are quitting before they get past a beginner's level. And they're quitting for two reasons. Two main reasons are that they don't have real world opportunities to speak English, so they have no real life practice. And the second reason is because they're just bored. And so Wordup is game-based language learning. We take the process of people speaking with each other in languages, and then we're using games to facilitate for the hours and hours that they need to master their target language.
What kind of language do you think it is the most hard to learn?
So I speak Mandarin. I've spent thousands of hours of my life learning it, and it's maybe the hardest thing I've ever done. So I know from personal experience that Mandarin is extremely difficult. I've heard that Japanese and Arabic are more difficult, but I can't tell you that.
Okay, let's try Japanese. No way. So why did you get this idea?
I've lived over half my life in Latin America and Chinese-speaking countries. Language learning has been a big part of my life. I know how difficult it is, and I know where the weaknesses are in current language learning solutions. I've also seen and met a lot of people whose lives have greatly improved just from learning English. English is a prime determinant for access to wealth in the world. And so you either know English or you don't have a great job. That's literally the choice that a lot of people have in this world. And I want to fix that. So I see it as a huge business opportunity. I also see it as a huge humanitarian opportunity.
Please tell me about your founding story of your company.
Sure. So I was working with Adobe at the time that I found out about this project. Adobe hired me to compile their first web analytics lexicon into Chinese. And when I was working on that project, I heard about this, and so I got involved when I got back in the States. There were students at Brigham Young University working on prototypes, and I helped them test it in China. And this was 2.5 years ago. So I've been working on game-based language learning for 2.5 years. And I've been drawn to it for the same reasons I was talked about before. I want to solve this humanitarian issue. Too many people are quitting English learning, and they're not improving their lives because they're bored out of their minds, and I want to help them. And so that's the vision that has driven me this whole time. 2.5 years. And my team has changed throughout that process. I've found that this is a vision I'm a lot more committed than most rational people. Kind of irrationally, I'm married to this. I want to solve it.
Cool.
Yeah.
How do you define the success?
How do I define success?
Yeah.
So I would Okay, I'm going to take a little tangent, but I'll get to the point. Recently, there have been articles written about old people right before they die and what they regret the most in life. One of their main regrets, okay, I think if I remember correctly, number one was they didn't pursue their own passions. They listened to what everyone told them to do throughout their life. So other people told them to do this and that, that's what they did. But they forgot about what they wanted to do. The second thing that they regretted the most was that they worked too much in their lives. I think that those are related because people are not pursuing their passions and they have to work a lot. I think that you are successful if you find your passion and you go for it and you make a living. If you can cover your needs, if you can provide for yourself and for your family and be passionate about what you do, then you have succeeded.
Okay. Please tell me about your American dream, if you had.
Yeah, so the American dream is, it's basically if you have control over your own destiny. And yes, America is a country where people do have more control over their own destiny than most other countries. I can definitely tell you that that is true. I've lived over half my life outside the US, as you know. I've worked with people Latin America and Asia. I've seen how Europeans work and stuff. There is something special about the US. I would say that the culture of innovation is very particular. It's very fragile, and you have to protect it. And in cultures where people are collaborative and respect other people's opinions and are not hierarchical but they're flat, you can see really amazing things happen. And so I think that if you want to pursue the American dream, like you're saying, you need to find the right people and work together and work hard, I guess, and you'll make it happen. You don't have to be in America to make that happen.
Thank you. It's a very good advice for me. Thanks so much.
Thank you.